Welcome to this explainer. Let's just dive right in, because today we're tackling something that literally affects every single one of us. I'm talking about our absolute, relentless need to control our lives. And more importantly, we're going to look at why letting go of that need might actually be your fastest path to real, genuine peace. To get there, we got to start with a classic Zen story. It's about this guy who traveled a super long way to study with a famous, incredibly wise teacher. But, he didn't arrive open and ready to learn. No, he sat down completely full of his own rigid opinions, fully prepared to show this teacher exactly what he already knew. So the wise teacher welcomes him and simply starts pouring him a cup of tea.
But here's the thing. The teacher doesn't stop pouring when the cup hits the brim. He just keeps going. The hot tea spills over the rim, floods the saucer, and just cascades all over the table. The visiting man jumps back in total shock and yells, "Stop, it's full!" He just couldn't wrap his head around why this supposedly brilliant teacher was being so reckless and foolish.
The teacher just looks at him, perfectly calm, and delivers this absolute punchline. He says, "Exactly. Like this cup, you are full of your own ideas. How can I show you anything until you first empty your cup?" Boom, right? That totally captures the whole theme of our explainer today. That state of already knowing, constantly defending our opinions and clinging to what we think we know. It's like a brick wall. It completely blocks us from experiencing actual peace, from growing, or honestly, from learning anything new.
Part 1, the exhaustion of control and why we cling.
So let's turn the spotlight on us for a second. We got to ask ourselves, why do we grip so tightly? What is the actual root cause driving this intense, endless need to manage everything and everyone around us? Why can't we just let things be?
Well, the answer really boils down to psychological survival. It's the illusion of safety. We kind of walk around believing that if we can just manage and control absolutely everything, if we can predict every single outcome and have a backup plan for our backup plan, then nothing can surprise us. And more importantly, nothing can hurt us. But spoiler alert, that safety, it's a total illusion. You literally cannot control the universe.
And because we can't control the universe, trying to do it is just downright exhausting. Seriously, the tighter we grip, the more life seems to push back. This 24/7 need for control just drains the life out of us. We push, we force, we micromanage, we stress out. We are constantly fighting the current of reality, and we just end up burnt out, completely stripped of the peace we were trying so hard to protect in the first place.
Part 2, the way of water, the Taoist idea.
Okay, let's all take a collective deep breath, because we are moving into a thousands of years old philosophical solution. It's a pivotal Taoist concept called Wu Wei. It translates roughly to effortless action or non-forcing. Now, let me be super clear about this. Wu Wei does not mean you just give up, sit on the couch, and do absolutely nothing. It's not apathy. Not at all. It's actually about stopping that constant, draining push against what already is. It's about taking action without that exhausting, heavy force of resistance.
Think of it like we have two completely different ways of moving through the world. On one hand, you're moving like water. Water doesn't fight the riverbank, right? It just flows around it. It adapts, it finds the path of least resistance, and yet, with that patient flow, it literally has the power to carve through solid rock over time. On the other hand, you've got moving like a fist. Heavy, rigid, tense. A fist fights the riverbank. It relies on constant pushing and forceful control. So, you gotta ask yourself, which way do you actually want to move through your life? Like water, or like a fist?
Section 3. What emptying looks like. Loosening the grip.
Now, I want to reassure you right off the bat, emptying your cup does not mean abandoning all your boundaries or never having an opinion again. That's a huge misconception. It really just means loosening your grip on the desperate need to be right all the time. It's letting go of needing to already know the outcome before it even happens. It's softening your grasp, just a little bit, on the urge to control every single variable in your environment.
To bring this lofty philosophy down to earth, here is what emptying your cup actually looks like in our normal, everyday, modern lives. First, it's listening to someone without secretly drafting your comeback while they're still talking, just really letting their words in. Second, it's letting a plan change without spiraling into a total puddle of stress and frustration, just adapting like water. And third, maybe the hardest one, having the courage to just say, "I don't know," out loud. Every single one of these tiny actions is a real practical moment of dropping your defenses and emptying your cup.
Part 4. A daily practice. Setting it down.
So how do we actually make this a habit? To get to that genuine peace we've been talking about, we need a concrete routine. Here's a super simple 3-step process you can try literally once a day. Step 1. Notice the grip.
Just catch yourself in that exact moment where you're holding on way too tight. Maybe you're desperately needing to win an argument or clinging to how a project has to turn out. Step 2, pause and just take one single breath. Just break the momentum of that control for a second. And step 3, silently say to yourself, I can set this down. Remember, you aren't abandoning your goals here. You're just consciously deciding to loosen your grip on exactly how you get there.
As we wrap up, I really want to leave you with this one fundamental truth. You literally cannot force something new into a cup that is already full. If you are deeply craving clarity or peace, or if you just want something totally new to enter your life, the first step isn't going out and buying more things or piling on more information. The absolute first step is making space.
Which leaves us with one final pretty vital question. Take a second to really think about your own habits of control and resistance. What is one thing, maybe a stubborn opinion, a need to control a specific person at work, or just a defensive habit that you are finally ready to empty from your cup today? Keep that question with you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I absolutely can't wait to explore our next topic with you soon.